Okay, hello, hi. This is Ashley Days back at it again with another video. Hi, fruit cups, hi, fruit roll ups, hi, Pookie Bears. If you ever seen that guy on TikTok where he goes,
The problem was never how you look, the way you act. It's the way you act.
it's the way you act, act, act. I love that guy. But today, someone had commented on my last video, my first video of my hagwon horror story about comparing my old school to my new school. And this is going to be an update as well because I've been working for them for 3 months. So the first thing that my old school was that I taught kindergarten every day, Monday through Friday. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I taught ESL from 3 to 4:20. And then I taught grade, which was third graders who was doing fourth grade English from 4:30 to 7:20. At my new school, my teaching hours are from 2:30 to 8, but I'm at school from 11 to 8, but I teach from 2:30 to 8. So I teach 5 hours, but I'm there from 11 to 8. So you understand. So at my new school, I teach Monday through Friday. Same thing. It's still 9 to 5, girl. But I teach 10 classes. So you're thinking, how does that work? How do you teach 10 classes from 11 to 8? First of all, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I teach 6 classes. These are the same 6 classes I see Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I teach second graders, first graders, kindergarten, fourth graders, fifth graders, and I think fourth graders. Like, it's mostly elementary students that I teach Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesday and Thursday, I teach 2 middle school classes. I teach 2 boys, and then I teach a boy and a girl. So the 2 boys are ahead of the boy and the girl that I see first. They're like 1 grade ahead of them. I don't know what grade, because the Korean middle school system is different from America, because I think they only have 2 grades, like 7th, 8th, and 9th, I think. I really don't know the schooling, so I can't tell you what grade these kids are in. And then I see elementary students and then my other kindy class. So I teach 2 kindy classes, and they do singing books. So for like November right now, they're learning the Wheels on the Bus song and Down by the Station song. And it comes with vocabulary words that are in their like workbook. So at my old school, the supervisors did all the videos, the pictures, they did all that. So we only had to focus on teaching.
Nice.
At my new school, the teachers do not have supervisors. So we don't have like a person in our like classroom. You'll never be micromanaged because everybody teaches. Everybody teaches. Nobody has time to like micromanage you. So at my new school, I send homework home. I send test grades. I send videos, because every Friday, every class does a video, except for middle schoolers. They don't do a video, but I do send tests and homework home. So at my old school, we had lunch at 12 and we had to be back before 1. At my new school, we have lunch at 1 to 2, and then when you come back at 2, you have 30 minutes. Like, if you forgot something to prep, you have 30 minutes before your actual class starts. Like, you get to sit down with some of the kids that you don't even teach and get to learn their name, maybe color with them, tell some jokes to them. Like, you just get to communicate and like kind of chill before your first class actually starts. So the only time we had short days at my old school was Tuesday and Thursday. That's when everybody only taught kindy, and then we had our planning period from 2:50 to 4:20, which is about an hour and 30 minutes. And at my new school, sorry, my mind was just like, so at my new school, we have planning every day. So Monday through Friday from 11 until 1, you can plan for classes, grade books, send things to parents that you forgot to do, and prep all at the same time for those 2 hours. But my Tuesday and Thursday, I have 2 more hours after I don't teach for my first 2 periods because I don't have any classes. They usually try to give each teacher like 2 extra hours on whatever day so they can just like plan or grade or do what they need to do. Usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are the busiest for me because I see classes back to back to back to back, which isn't that like bad. And yes, we get to use the bathroom, and no, I'm not overworked. That answers any of your like questions. I'm not overworked. I love my scheduling. Now, I don't teach Tuesdays and Thursdays until 4:20 because I have 2 hours where I'm just like planning or grading or sending things to parents. In total, I have 41 kids, which isn't that bad. I had like 43, but some left. And it usually is because the parents are like, oh, they're probably like, this is too easy. They're getting too comfortable. Or like, I think I want to try something else. It happens. There are plenty of like English academies in Korea for parents to go to. It happens. Like you're trying to get their student to stay by like teacher or something else. So at my old school, it was very cliquey because they literally only talked to people that they knew. And when I started, I knew I was going to be an outcast. And the only one who was really welcoming was the only guy teacher. Like shout out to him. He's in Thailand. Still haven't heard from him. I hope like we can talk soon. But he was the only one who like literally helped me with my banking, getting a phone, showing me around the area that we were in, and he took me to the McDonald's for breakfast one time. He was honestly the sweetest, and there was some fucked up shit happened to him while he was in Korea, but you know, he's in Thailand, he's living his best life with his cat, so he's doing good now. But at my new school, they're very friendly to each other. Like we have a receptionist who answers the phone and stuff, and they're all very friendly. Now the school is owned by a Korean woman and a Black woman and I think a Korean man, so like 3 people. And at my old school, it was family owned and it was pretty old. It was pretty old because we had like a upstairs and a downstairs, like a first floor and a second floor and a third floor. You know, we had all that. And at my old school, we had to take off our shoes and then put on our inside shoes. Here, we just wear our shoes. There's no changing of the shoes. Unless you bring shoes, like you have like your outside shoes and then you bring shoes to wear like for comfort. Because one of the Korean staff, she like wears like sneakers, but she'll bring like Crocs to wear, like during work. So it depends on you if you want to like change your shoes or not. I just wear my shoes because I'm not doing all that. So with the staff, they're very nice. Like they've like taken me out to lunch one time. They're just really nice people, and they're the owners, like the Korean woman and the Black lady who's from Florida as well. She's from I think Miami or Tampa, I don't remember, but she is from Florida as well as me, but she's older than me. But they are just like a really welcoming, like if I ever have a question about something or I need help with something, they're willing to like help you. They're not going to be like, oh, you're the teacher, figure it out. There's some things I don't know that I need your guidance for. Now, my old school, we had 3-month plans, report cards, and an open class where parents come in and they get to see your teaching style, see how the kids are learning and stuff. At my new school, we don't do any of that. Thank the Lord. I just send stuff to parents. I rather send stuff to parents, like homework, test, and video every Friday than do portfolios, report cards, and a 3-month plan in an open class. Like, not once a semester, 3 times in a year. That isn't crazy. That's crazy. We did it 3 times at my old school. I could not. Now, the only thing different from my old school to my new school is that my old school, the kids spoke a little more English. Like, we reinforced speaking English. But at my new school, they try to use English and Korean at the same time. And I think they speak more Korean than English because my middle schoolers don't speak that much English. Like, they speak enough. I think that's about it. Which isn't a bad thing because English in itself is a complicated fucking language. Excuse me. So I don't expect like them to understand it completely. But with my grade, like my third graders, I could speak to them about certain things as long as the language was slowed down and I used simpler words. But they got everything. At my new school, I just try to simple the language and talk a little bit slower. That's about it. But at my old school, remember when I said in my first video about my hagwon horror story that the vice principal who became director, anytime she had a problem with me, she would go to the head teacher and literally gossip about me, and that my other coworkers were like gossiping about me. So when there was an issue brought up at my new school, I immediately got anxiety thinking, oh my God, I'm going to get fired or this is going to be my first warning. But they sat me down and they were just like, we're going to give you time to like fix whatever mistakes. So there was no problem, no issue with my teaching style, which I was thankful for because, I try to be the best teacher I can be. There was an issue with me talking too fast, swallowing my words. And they were like, don't like go in a high pitch, don't laugh too loud, and speak a little slower. So these are just like minor things. Like none of my kids hated me, which was a good thing. It was just minor things. And they're like, oh, you spend like your planning periods out here. We want you to get to know the students because even if you don't teach them, they're still curious about you. So, I try to do like, you have to be like an very over, like very, like, I don't know how to say it. Like your expressions need to be like very exaggerated and you need to be kind of like an exaggerated character sometimes for kids because they pick up on like facial features more than language. And I don't mind doing that because I think I'm a pretty funny person, So there isn't really anything similar except there's a lot of differences because at my old school, I taught subjects like math, English, art, science, language arts, and reading. And at my new school, I only teach reading, writing, and vocabulary, which is way more simpler than teaching like math. Because the way my grade 4 students, they were grade 3, but they were doing grade 4 English things. Certain math things I don't remember. Like they were doing like geometry, like the triangles and the shapes. I don't remember certain stuff like that, even though the book was kind of simple for like kindergarten to like 6th graders. I don't remember certain math things, so my mind was just like no. I think my bosses are like way more chiller and funner, and I can come to them if I have an issue. Like I never feel like I can't come to them because the Korean woman that owns the school, she's like very like, you can't take her serious. Like certain stuff she'd be asking you. Sometimes I try to take her serious because she's older than me. She's older than me. But the way she be asking me stuff, I can't take her serious. Like she reminds me of my sister, but in like a Korean version. And the black woman that's friends with her, they remind me of an old married couple because the way that they fight and the way that like their whole relationship is a very like best friends but like married kind of like vibe. And it's like really sweet and touching. So we have like 5 classrooms, and you were thinking, oh, the bosses don't teach. They do, which I love. They do, because now they understand the same struggle that the teachers go through, because they teach themselves. So it's not like, oh, we're watching you through the cameras. No, we're actually planning. We're actually sending stuff to parents too. I love that. So everyone is working. So you never feel like you're being micromanaged or anything. And I use my phone for recording everything. I think you would have to need a good phone depending on the school if they make you record things. Have like a good, decent phone. And I have like 4, so it doesn't really matter to me. So there isn't anything like I don't feel overworked and I don't feel like my job is that hard. Yes, it gets like exhausting and it gets a little annoying having to repeat the same process day by day, but I do like my job. And the only thing I have a problem with is that I don't get as paid as much as I want to, because at my old job I got 2.6 and I made 2.2, like 2,200 dollars coming home after everything. And at my new job, I only make like $2,096. So $2,000 and 96 bucks. And then they don't take out my utilities. I actually pay for that, like, and I pay for my phone and everything. The only thing they pay for is the rent and I think half of my water, but that's about it. So there isn't anything really bad about my new school. So in the comment also, they asked me, how do you find a good school? I would say going through recruitment companies is the best way. You tell them what hours you're looking for. Like if you're not a morning person, most kindies start at like 9 or 8 a.m. but end at like 5. So if you're a morning person, you would love that. My school starts at 11 and ends at 8, and I feel like that is good time for me. I don't mind that time. There was other schools that start at like 1 and end at 9. I was fine with that because I'm more of like an mid-morning person. Not early. Now, if you don't mind that, that'll be perfect for you. Now, the tips I'm going to tell you is the things that I learned with my new school is that 1, if there's a recruitment fee in the contract, it's a red flag. 2, if they take out your absentee, like if you miss a day because you're sick or an emergency happens and they take that out of your paycheck without you having to pay that back yourself, like take that out and give that to them, it's a red flag. 3, if they don't put specifically what you're doing, it's a red flag. If they have a high turnover, like teachers don't even stay for a year, like more than a year, it's a red flag. I would say you want to talk to the person, the head teacher or the foreigner who's worked there, and ask them all types of questions like, oh, what are the books that you teach? Do you do 3-month plan? Do you do lesson plans? Do you do grades? Do you do videos? What do the Korean staff do? You just want to know as much as possible so you're not going in there blind. Ask as much questions. Ask about the pay. Ask about the hours. Ask about, is there anything else you're going to drop on me? Like every school I think is going to drop on you something that they don't tell you ahead of time. But with my school, they did it like once and it wasn't that bad. It was just making stuff for the older kids because they have their exams. And I don't mind that. That wasn't that bad. Or helping them with kids' competitions, with their speaking competitions. I didn't mind that. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to give you all these kids. It was just like, oh, help her practice. Oh, can you type up this for this kid and that kid? It wasn't that bad. It wasn't like, oh my God, this is more work on top of it. So it wasn't that bad. Ask as much questions as possible. If you feel like the questions were answered, you think it's good, your second thing to do is to go onto Tokyo John's blacklist and look at the blacklist. Like if you find the school on there, don't, just because they say, oh, we've changed, believe the blacklist post. They have not changed. They have not changed. Unless they're on the green list. If they're not on there, they have not changed. And then if you don't see them on the green list or the blacklist, the third thing you need to do is go on Loft, Loft. It's a Facebook group. If you don't have Facebook, download it just for that. Post the contract on there. You don't have to post the school. Don't post the school. But what you want to do is just take screenshots of like everything in the contract, and people will answer whether it's a red flag or if it's a good flag, and you can decide whether you want to apply. Now, after you have like applied and you've signed the contract and you're like, okay, I'm ready to go, if you notice anything weird in 3 months, resign and try to, I guess, kind of suck up and try to get your release. If not, if you don't mind going back home and starting all over, you can. Okay? But don't ever put your mental health or your well-being for a school that's going to treat you like utter garbage. Because I went through that, and I don't want you to go through that, friend. Okay? So that's it. That's all I can tell you is go through a recruitment company, ask as much questions as you can in the interview, and look on Tokyo John's blacklist, and use Loft to send screenshots of the contract so you can get other people advice. This is my second school, so I can't tell you a lot. I haven't looked out there a lot, but that's all I can tell you, really, for real. That's all I can tell you. There has been no cons in my new school. The only thing I wish is like if they ask me to renew is to give me a higher pay. That's it. That's all I want is a little bit of a higher raise. That's it. I can at least take like $2,200 home. Even if it's only $200 or even if it's $400 extra, it's just a little better for me. Now, I kind of do want to be just a little closer to Seoul. Like if I'm in like Ujeongbu or like Seoul itself. So I feel like taking almost 2 hours to get to Seoul is insane. And though I haven't went yet because I'm waiting to get paid, which I think my next video might be a Shein haul because I'm buying some new clothes because I want to get some more dresses. I am wearing a dress right now, but I want to get more dresses and get in touch with like my more femininity side, my like feminine side. And I have like a lot of clothes that are black, and I want to try like pink and orange and blue and different colors. So do look out for that video next of me doing a Shein haul of like styling outfits and stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it answered everything. There is one more thing I need to say. Like in that comment, they asked me, do you need experience? No, you don't need experience. You do need a 4-year degree in college. It can be on any subject. Mine was general studies. I wanted to be an elementary school teacher. So mine was supposed to be elementary education. But because of me not passing the teacher certification in Florida, I settled for general studies. So if I ever go back to America, I could be like a teacher, but after a year, I would have to take like the first part of the teacher certification. And then after the next year, they expect me to pass the next part and so on until I'm certified. So there's still a chance I could be a teacher in America, though I don't want to because the way, the teachers have been dropping, I don't think I would. I do miss American food. No lie, I do. And I'm trying to save money, but it's so hard because I don't like cooking, and takeout is just so much more convenient for me. But I'm going to try to like save some money because I'm not coming home for winter break. Sorry, the plane ticket is expensive, okay? Because it's the holiday season. It's almost like $3,000 for round trip for a week. So I'm going to wait until like the summer to come. So in July you'll see me, but the winter absolutely not, unless like a miracle I get like a man who gonna pay for that. And I'm not dating anybody. I know all this beauty, all this gorgeousness, a nigga is not spending his money on me. A man is not spending his money on me. What can I tell you? It's hard out here for a gorgeous girl like me. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. I feel like I'm more relaxed in this one. But anyway, bye. Bye, friends. Bye, family who's watching. Bye. Love you. Bye, Pookies. Bye, fruit salads. Bye, fruit roll-ups. I'm thinking of a fandom name. Type down below if you like fruit cups or fruit roll-ups or fruit salad. Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy. Okay, bye. Bye, Pookies. I'm not gonna say like Pookies because there's already Pookie Nation by that guy on TikTok. So we can't be Pookie. So well, we can be fruit salads or fruit cups or fruit roll-ups. Or roses. I do like roses. Okay, bye. Bye bye. I do want to add, I think I forgot to add, is that something that my old school did is that the parents would have high expectations, but they would never work with the teachers to getting their kids into the level they want them to be. And at my new school, if there's an issue, the parents actually help the teacher. Like if the kid is not doing good at the vocabulary, they're like, okay, I'm gonna make him study, or I'm gonna make sure that he does better. Instead of just heavily relying on the teacher, they actually involve themselves in their students' education learning. And I love that because some of my students' parents speak English pretty well, where they're just like, oh, he was playing, I'll make sure that he studies. And I love that because they understand that I can't do everything in the 5 hours that I teach, and that they have to do what they can at home. And the parents try to understand the homework and help their kids, and I love that. And I didn't add that in the little video, so I'm adding this little clip. So yeah,